trends real quick before we start talking about the games, just so everyone is up to date. Again, the creme de la creme, the story that is the story this year is the public continues to kill it. 8-6 in week 10. I'm not going to go any further than that. Just talk about what happens to the general trends. 81-64 ATS for the public on the air, a 56% win percentage. I mean, just insane. Just insane. I just want to hear your thoughts on that.
Just telling the public would win you money this year. Literally just telling the public.
It's insane.
I never thought I'd say it. I
Yeah.
really didn't.
Yeah.
Especially this far into the season. It's interesting, and it's still, God, I just still feel the same way. I think it's actionable. I think that we can start to see this come, at least, it maybe not back down to where we'd expect it to be, but back down to like regress enough to where we can make money off of it. We're in the final 8 weeks of the season now. Holy shit. But yeah, these final 8 weeks of the season, we can actually make that actionable, I feel like. And I know you agree from what you said.
Totally. Yeah, I definitely agree. But it's also crazy how fast this year has gone by. It's crazy that we're already in fucking week 11. But the one thing I want to say about the public is they hit a peak and then kind of come down slowly. And we saw that happen this year. Week 5, they went 10-4. Then week 6, they dropped to 7-8, kind of that midpoint. And that's what I think we're at right now at the 8-6. And then they had a 5-8 week. So maybe we're going to see a similar thing. I don't know if it's necessarily actionable, but I agree. I think at some point it's going to come back down. Not going to beat a dead horse there. Money percentage 77-68. ATS on the season. Sharp differential 76-69. Both improving from that. Money percentage went 50% this week, and then sharp differential went 11-3. So really exciting, positive regression for the sharp differential. That's great to see. Going to look to back that this week. Hopefully, the golden rule, Andy, 2-0 in week 10. Hopefully, it can come back and have another good week in week 11. I'm looking forward to saying that it went undefeated again.
I'm all the way out on Geico and golden rule, dude. I'm out. That was all last season for me. I'm all in on the new trends. Yeah, I'm all in on the new trends. Officially, I sold all my stock. It feels like I broke up with a girlfriend, but I mean, all the shit's got out, all the shit's moved out. Don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm on with the new. So I like these new trends. Yeah, she's gone.
The new trend on the block is the 21-7 ATS trend between 10 and 14% sharp differential. Do I think that's going to stay as hot as it is? Possibly. I think it's going to kind of teeter around 50% and kind of level out towards what we saw last year. But I'm happy, more than happy to back you backing it. All the power.
Yeah. There's other stuff that I'm acting on too, but that is one that I always am keeping an eye out for.
Sure. Public on overs 33 and 47. The big thing there is 7-16, above 70%. Public confidence. Public on the under 39 and 25. Big thing there. 16-9 actually below 54%. Then kind of really realistically even across the rest of it. 8-6 above 70%. With the totals, they've been obviously so crazy this year. People are heavily betting the primetime unders. It's like 27 or 26-7 throughout the season, which is just absurd. I think it's 5-0 in morning games on Sunday, which is also just crazy. So I don't know if we're going to see any type of crazy movement in the numbers totals wise, but just keep that in mind as we talk about unders for the rest of the season. And I'll run through these, Andy, before you get this point in. Money percentage on the under 52-38, sharp differential on the under 69-45. Money percentage on the over 22-34, sharp differential on the over 14-17.
Yeah, huge bounce back for the sharps last week. Massive.
Yeah,
and
across the board.
And you had been calling that, saying that was coming. I'm glad that it finally arrived. And can we expect that to continue over the next few weeks? You tell me.
Hopefully.
I think so.
I mean,
we
definitely saw it. Yeah, we saw it last year too. We saw like I talked about in the middle, half point episode, how the sharp differential really took a stride in the second half of the year. And I think it's obvious when the people with more money are more confident because they've seen the teams play. They can say, hey, all right, I'm more willing to put my money on the line here because I have more of a inclining, whatever the word is, of what's going to happen. Thank you. Inkling of what's going to happen. But obviously this is not a grammar podcast. It's just us talking about football. That's all I have for the trends. Anything you want to get to before we start hitting all the games?
No, I don't want to burn too much time on my thoughts because I thought you did a really good job of giving your thoughts on the podcast at the beginning of the week. So if y'all haven't already, go ahead and check out DJ's podcast to start the week. You can hear what some of his actionable items are based on the trends that he lists off throughout that podcast. And then you can kind of take that and pair it with this podcast here as a supplement to what you're going to be wanting to bet on this weekend and what should be looking for on Sunday. So I think you and I are going to have a ton of thoughts about this slate. So I think we just jump right into it. No need to preview go ahead.
Before we jump into it, I do want to also point out in the previous episode, I also took a look at the public money sharp stuff on each team as I went through all the games. So keep that in mind that was also talked about. I'll try and fill those in as we talk about some of these games here if it falls into the conversation. But if you're interested, reach out to me if I didn't talk about the team, but that's also there. But anyway, we've got a lot of divisional matchups to talk about. That we're recording here on Wednesday, so if we talk about the number of bets, this is per Wednesday. Obviously, we're talking public betting data, which is out on Wednesday, and then obviously changes week to week, day to day, and will be different on Sunday, but it's also important to see what happens in the beginning of the week. But we're going to start with the Sunday first.
If you are watching this video, you made it this far, it means you hopefully like the analysis. So please give us a like, give us a subscribe, share it with your friends and family, everyone you know. Share it with everyone you talk to because that helps us out more than you can imagine. So really appreciate y'all supporting us.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for listening. This is always Sharpen the Public, the LA sports betting podcast focused on leveraging public betting trends. As always, Andy and I are here Fridays to preview every week in the NFL, talking about public betting data and everything that you can't get anywhere else. So thank you guys for tuning in and listening to us talk about every game on the slate here. Please keep checking us out. Give us a like, follow, subscribe wherever you're listening to, especially on YouTube. We're continuing to try to grow that platform as well. So thank you for checking us out everywhere. As always, we're going to keep plugging away, and hopefully we can continue to see some teasers go through the hoop, see some golden rule trend hits. It's going to be a good week. I'm sending positive vibes to our trends. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it. We will catch you in the next one in the recap episode that comes out on Tuesday. Thanks for listening.
The boys bet better with beer.